Welcome to SocialEyes,
Car-Car-Tivers.
And
Thanks for hanging out with us at the Big Black Couch. Today's episode is called Naughty and Nice. Is this chapter 29 or 30? I think it's chapter 29.
30.
Could be 30. I'll have to double check later. So many chapters, so intense, shall we say. So let me ask you a question, Karee. Summarize the last 2 chapters for me. What's happened so far? You've been solo. Tell us about it.
I don't remember the second one.
But how about the last one? The Aunt Carlotta one. So the last chapter was how Father Christmas spent the next 10 years.
He wooed on Aunt Carlotta. Blitzen wooed on Aunt Carlotta.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, God. That is not a nice sight. I would imagine the movie is just going to be like, it's raining, dear pea.
No, it's raining deer poo.
Woo? Like poo? Woo?
Yeah, woo.
Oh, gross. Ew. Anything else crazy happened in the last chapter? How did he spend his last 10 years? What did he do? What were the 10 things he did?
He ate gingerbread. He ate gingerbread. He rode. He talked to reindeer. He worked on his image. He wear the hat. He been jolly. He's been writing. He's been working, and he's been remembering. The remembering was his dad and his mother.
Mm-hmm.
And 10.
He'd been making friends. Well, that's a pretty cool chapter. All right, let's get into it. Chapter number, let's say 29.
Yeah, it might be 29.
Naughty or nice. Yes, Nicholas made lots of fantastic friends among the elves and was something of a role model for little Kip and little Noosh, who now weren't so little and were called just Kip and Noosh. Why do you think some humans are naughty? Kip asked him one day while Nicholas took him and Noosh out for a sleigh craft lesson. They were all together on the sleigh, which now had a comfy seat made of Father Topo. Kip and not made of Father Topo. Imagine that. I'm like, what the heck? It's kind of gotten dark. Made by Father Topo. Kip was handsome for an elf, with raven black hair and a dimple in his chin, while Noosh still had a happy wildness to her. She always reminded Nicholas of a warm fire made into an elf. They were somewhere over Norway. Even though it was the middle of the day, it was always safe to fly over Norway, as there were still only 8 people living there. Noosh was holding the reins, staring ahead, as Blitzen and Donner and all the other reindeer powered through the air. Most humans are just a mixture of good things and some bad things, said Nicholas. Like reindeer, said Noosh. I suppose so. But with reindeer it's easy, said Kip, pulling out a sheet of crumpled paper in his pocket. He handed it to Nicholas. Kip had drawn a line down the middle, and on one side put naughty, and on the other side put nice. Poor Vixen, said Nicholas, seeing she was the only reindeer in the naughty list. Well, she bit Prancer the other day, did she? But Prancer was on the list last week. Then I told him I'd give him a biscuit if he was good. Nicholas thought about this for a little while, but the thought soon melted away like snow in the sun. Noosh angled the sleigh carefully to avoid an approaching rain cloud. She was the best sleigh rider in Elfham now, no doubt about it. Why don't you give them some magic? The humans, I mean, said Noosh. Oh, Noosh. It's not easy that. Come on. We'd better get back to Elfham. Your grandfather will be waiting for you. Your parents too, Kip, and these reindeer will be getting hungry. I'm 22 next week, Nicholas told Father Topo a few minutes after they had landed. They were feeding the reindeer while Noosh and Kip practiced their spickle dance moves. Father Topo looked at Nicholas. He had quite a way to look now, too, because Nicholas was now over 6 feet tall. He was taller than his father had been. Yes, Nicholas was a tall, strong, smiling, handsome human, who, despite the smile, always wore a slight frown, as though he was permanently confused about something, a mystery he hadn't quite solved. Yes, I know, said Father Topo as a breeze tickled his white whiskers. Do you think that will be the age I find out who I'm meant to be? Maybe, but you know when you find yourself, because then you will stop aging. Nicholas knew this. He knew that anyone with elf magic inside them never grew older than the age where they were truly happy with themselves. It took you 99 years, didn't it? Father Topo sighed. Yes, but that's quite unusual. He gave Vixen a biscuit. There you go, you grumpy thing. But don't think about it. Look at Blitzen. Look at his antlers. They haven't changed. 2 years. He has found his perfect age without even thinking about it. Nicholas looked back towards the main path that led towards the street of 7 curves. He looked at the giant clog hanging outside the clog makers and the little spinning top painted onto the sign outside the toy makers. He saw Mimmin at her own newspaper stall selling the Daily Snow. Every elf had a purpose. Then he turned back to the field, the reindeer and the oval lake, less like a mirror today as the water rippled in the breeze. I need to do something big, something good. There's no point being leader of the elves unless I need them somewhere. Well, said Father Topo softly, whatever you decide to do, you know all of us will be behind you. Everyone loves you. Everyone is the happiest they have been since Mother Ivy's rule a long time ago. Even Father Vidal quite likes you these days. Nicholas laughed out loud. I can't quite believe that. Oh yes, said Father Topo. The goodness has won him. And the goodness is spreading far and wide beyond the village.
Have you heard that pitchies don't grow tulip anymore? And there have been no burglaries since Mother Beer and her belt stolen. And the tower had been empty for a year now, and trolls don't bother us anymore. But I think that's because they know you live here, and that's the story. Go out, Father Christmas, Joe Killer. Nicholas nodded and guilty remembered that day in the tower. You'll find something, and it will be something good. They look up to you. We all do. And not just because you're twice as tall as us. Nicholas and Blitzen found this very funny. Ho, 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 he said, as he gave the reindeer a carrot. He thought of something. Where can I get a telescope? How to be jolly even when times are bad. Eat more gingerbread chocolate, jam, and cake. Say the word Christmas. Give someone a present. Take like a toy or a book, or a kind word, or a big hug. 4. Laugh even if there is nothing to laugh about, especially then. 5. Think about a happy memory or a happy future. 6. Wear something red. 7. Believe. Extract from How to Be Jolly. The Father Christmas tried to have happiness. Father Christmas speaks the truth.
That's the next chapter.
That's the next chapter.
I like that chapter. That was a nice chapter. Let's show that picture. Now, this is how they discovered the naughty and nice list. It actually was discovered based on reindeer. Did you know that?
How was it discovered?
Well, the reindeer were the first ones to be on naughty and nice list. The reindeer were the ones being bad, and so...
Yeah. And
which elf was it that made the list?
Whenever they know who's happy, they'll see by their antlers.
Yeah,
right?
which elf was it that made the list? Was it Topo? See, that's naughty.
Kip.
Was it Kip?
Yes.
Yeah, it was Kip. And he would put them on the list if they weren't being any good. And then that's how Father Nicholas decided.
No, it's Father Christmas.
He's Father Christmas now. All right. That was a great chapter. Smash that like button. Subscribe. And
click the like button.
Click the like button. Doop.
Or smash it.
Boop. And subscribe. And hit the notification bell. Boom!
Wait.
Smash that notification bell. Boom!